Hello everybody, it's Partyfoot, back with another episode of Mechabellum. This time going for some Void Eye Mustang, the kind of slightly less orthodox starting expensive unit in the Mustang. Our opponent is Steel Ball Hound. Not too bad from our opponent either. We had just faced, now I'm remembering, this game was a couple days ago, but I'm remembering that we had just faced an opponent who went cost control, I think, or maybe it was quick supply and gone. No, excuse me. They had just gone for more Void Eyes, and I wanted to try that. Relying on the Mustangs to take down all the chaff, our opponent grabs crawlers to complement. Mostly focused on this side in terms of their offense, though. Void Eyes annihilate hounds, so that's pretty good. This flank just dematerializing before our eyes. This side not so good though. And those crawlers do get onto the Void Eyes and do a pretty nasty job. We're going to take down a few hounds before we lose the tower. Yes. A lot of forces coming across the field now, though. They do still have quite a lot of... quite a minimal amount of chaff left, so... Let's see if 4 Void Eyes as this one's got on its own kind of mission. Can you get the tower in time? It's looking pretty bad. This is a lot of momentum. Can we solo? I think we all know the answer to that. Okay, well. Round 1, our, infinite Void Eyes strategy is not working out as well as, say, an infinite Sabertooth. Excuse me, not Sabertooth. Sledgehammer strategy might go. Getting those mixed up in a couple casts lately. Tanks are tanks, alright? We should call them lots of small tanks or one big tank. And then I guess this one is an even bigger tank. Of course, it seems like this is the point that we might start going for some chaff, especially in front of these balls. And of course, more Void Eyes, because this strategy is the more Void Eye strategy. Suppression shots only cost 150, so nice and cheap, gives us some extra range. It also can break the tether for steel balls, which is nice. Our opponent grabs sabers. I'm not feeling bad about that. I'm feeling bad about that though. I think I remembered that I was feeling in this game. That is exactly what I did to my opponent, who did the same strategy to me. I can't believe I didn't think about it. Do we have enough over here? It's not looking good. Hounds in the back actually clearing out pretty well as those balls get in front of them and start absorbing the damage. And we get trounced in round 2. Sabers, at first seeming a questionable choice, actually putting a decent amount of damage on the board. Supply enhancement is not a very desirable pick. Laser sights are out. I do decide to go for it. Round 3. It is early. We're going for maximum free money over time. And, it's not free at all because we had to buy it. And we had to buy it early in the game when we are getting beaten up already. This time it's time to go for a missile, though, on this. I was inspired by the shot he got here and thought, well, you know what? You shouldn't have drawn my attention to the fact that that's a possibility, because look at what you've got going on. Obviously not going to take these Sabertooth down, but I think the hounds and the crawlers are in a bit of trouble, hopefully off the back of that missile. Chaff on our side to take any missiles in response, and also try and stop this wall of steel balls so that he's added 2 more. Oh, yeah. You fight me, I'll fight you back. That's what I'm gonna say. This big chattering line of Void Eyes, taking a nice job. Yes, taking down those balls. The middle is folding a little bit. But now we've dramatically turned the tide back in our favor. Mechabellum's so good at this back and forth. Round 4. 2 Phoenix, 2 Typhoon, 3 Stormcaller. Oof. 2 Phoenix. Such a nice pick. Loads of Void Eye levels. how could you not? How could you not level every Void Eye that you've got? More fangs. Our opponent did not like that we did that to them. Fair. It was brutal. So they put down a couple of shields. We're leveling the ranged Mustangs, which is nice. More fangs out on the flanks. And now we have these Phoenixes in the back for anti-air complement to the Mustang. In case they put down something big. And there's Mechdiv on the balls. I think Mechdiv on the balls is probably one of the best ball upgrades in my experience. You can go like carry ball with like range and like fortified target lock or whatever and like suck, and like get them level. It just doesn't work. They put down one Scorpion and your whole strategy falls to pieces. However, you put down a little bit of Mech Div, immediate value. 100% immediate value. These fangs coming in after the Void Eyes have all died. Yeah, we're helping, we're helping. Are you? I mean, you're stalling. I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much. Our opponent doesn't have any anti-air, so picking up these fire badges as their drop means that we will take the round eventually. And these Phoenixes will probably both get levels. We'll see. It's going to take them a hot minute to recover from a double unleveled tower take. But then they're just going to sit there working. Let's level up the speed here a little bit. And boom, 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 boom. Taking out all the stuff. Everything. Feasting. Did we get levels? Nope. And nope. Come on, one of you can get a level, surely. Show me the money. Please. Shoot them. Shoot it. Oh, how could you? Really? Neither of you leveled up. I mean, that... Come now. Really? I guess they'll level in the next round, right? Lightning Storm. Intensive Training. Airdrop. These are all decent. Advanced Defensive Tactics, I think, is... I initially was like, oh, I love it. And then I saw people being like, never buy this. And I was like, huh, it is really expensive, isn't it? And then later I saw people being like, oh, and the top people are really relying on stats now. And I'm like, oh, maybe, you know, just in case you think that I'm trying to draw a parallel between what the people who are good at this game do and what I have done in the past, don't misconstrue what I'm saying as something like that. I'm just saying, ooh, I think I might start weighting those a little bit more highly again. And I have been taking them a bit recently. More Mustangs now. Kind of feeling the kind of rapid shooting that they can do to take down the crawlers that are spawned by the enemy steel balls as they go down. Also acting as a bit of chaff. Steel balls not great at taking down Mustangs, as with any other unit that's distributed. So, although the fire badge is probably still pretty decent against Mustangs, and now they have range. How much range do they have? 100 with range though. 150 on our side. We do put the Lightning Storm down. I was waiting for it to strike our own fangs, thinking that was a distinct possibility, but for some reason Zeus this time is benevolent. Look at these nice big symmetrical concaves on both sides as they get totally incinerated by fire badges. Oh, that is brutal. Our opponent did get a couple marksmen, or triple marksmen actually, to deal with our Phoenix. But now Phoenixes should have leveled, yes. And we still take the round. We didn't interrupt these shields though, so since we're on the defensive and they're pushing into us, still getting no benefit potentially out of being able to launch more missiles. Double Wasp, another card that I love to pick, or you know, even more Wasps maybe. Pair of Wasps on the flanks. If they pick the Wasp and try to do something crazy, we have ourselves covered. They're going to fly in and, you know, distract marksmen and keep our Phoenix safe. Overall, a lovely pick. They actually do pretty good damage too if they get left alone at level 2. So they might be able to take out a few units. Big Stormcallers coming in. Big Stormcallers. Not really seeing it though. I mean, we do... maybe layer up a bit. He does have Incendiary, so Incendiary would be pretty strong against what we've got going so far. Okay, here's the math. Armor-piercing bullets meant that I was, on one of the Mustangs that I hit, 2-shotting crawlers rather than 3-shotting them. And maybe that's not the right crawler to check because they were... That's level 2, but these ones. Yeah. So I think it means that I'm 2-shotting them instead of 3-shotting them. I don't know if that really makes much of a difference for Mustangs, so I think they're hit scanned. So maybe they redirect quickly and don't really do any overkill damage, but... You know, heck it. That's what I decided to do. We really need like a Rhino or something in the middle here, eh? Coming forward to soak this, because that is a devastating amount of our units being taken down. These marksmen are taking down the wasps, but not until the wasps have done a crazy amount of damage as a vanilla level 2 unit. One might even call them chaff. We've got Fangs advancing in the middle and distracting the marksmen. We're finally taking down these super leveled Stormcallers. Turning onto the marksman just in time to avoid our Phoenix going down, and we take another round. So I wonder if that high, you know, what is it? Is it high explosive or armor piercing? I wonder if armor piercing is a bit of a trap. It doesn't seem that good. It's hard to know. Range for the Void Eyes. Maximum range Void Eyes. We're just going to stay as far back as possible, engage as early as possible. We're going to add more chaff. He's only got marksmen with range, so they're going to take ages to take these guys down. It'll keep our Phoenix alive. That's the logic going on here. Starting to get into kill range, thinking that our enhanced ranged high mobility might be the time to start grabbing that. We are very much a full chaff army here, though. No big units whatsoever. Ironic, considering our opponent has actually a pretty high investment in steel balls and saber. Now it's time for more hounds and hounds with range. Not a lot of hounds on the board to pick up that upgrade. But certainly not a terrible choice against all the chaff that we have. Let's see if that is in time to make the difference. We do also have some extra marksmen coming down. Marksmen aren't that great against wasps, though. Like, if that's going to be his anti-air choice and that's all he's going to pick, you know, look, I sympathize. I am the kind of person who will absolutely double down on the marksman. But now that we have a bit of chaff clear to take down all of these crawlers coming out of the thing, and then immediately get all these ranged Void Eyes onto targets, yeah, we're seeing stuff start to disappear on the ground. Wasp's still alive over here, screening for our Phoenix, at least for now. Engaging, coming onto the vulnerable squishy units in the back. And, oh, that's a big win for us, it looks like. Is this enough to take it down in round 7? Not quite, it would seem. Our opponent is on the ropes. I think the Mustang are doing a good job of taking down the crawlers out of the mech div. I still think this is one of the best combinations of upgrades, especially if you can get like manufacturing or something and build them out of a giant unit. We grab 2 overlords. These fire badgers. Is this set over here? 102 kills, yeah. It's just sweeping through our ranged units. They're actually pretty good against Void Eyes, it would seem. I mean, 3000 HP doesn't seem like nothing, but I guess if you can hit more than once, one at a time, it does take them down pretty quickly. I've never really gone like heavily into Fire Badger before. I think, you know, they are pretty short range, but it's hard to get. I think it's like they're tanky and then they're not tanky, and you see them all die and you're like, oh, that was worthless. Or you see them just roasting the entire enemy army like it's been happening in this game. I mean, look at how much chaff we have. We do move the overlords to the back and give them Motherlord. Motherlord? Mothership. Ugh. Brutal. Which does mean that, like, potentially investing in some techs for wasps might be on the cards in the future. All these leveled Void Eyes. I just love Void Eyes. I don't know why. Why do I? Engaging super early, taking down that initial wave, turning all those balls into chaff. You know what is good against Mech Div? Electromagnetic Shot. We don't run Electromagnetic Shot on our wasps, but wouldn't that be great? You can get it on wasps, right? I think you can. It just feels like there's so many good techs on wasps, it's so hard to choose. The ground spec is too good to not have. Range obviously is critically important, and our opponent goes down. Okay. Back to the battlefield. Aerial spec is also, like, insane. Like, if you go AA wasps, like, almost nothing in the game can stop that. And then shield... Okay, maybe shield's the most cuttable, but then if you've got carry wasps and your opponent is, I don't know, using... Well, Fort AA is maybe not a great choice of example, but... I don't know, it just takes so long for marksmen to take down shielded wasps. I love shields. Maybe shields is the one that you could cut, though, for something like Electromag. Yeah. Definitely just an overall, just a lot of chaff. Ranged Void Eyes. Our opponent getting very little chaff of their own. That probably would have been the way to go. I mean, I guess these Mustangs... We're getting a pretty good number of kills, but the DPS wasn't that high. I mean, here is our best unit for the game, of course, though. Armor-piercing bullets. What do you guys think about armor-piercing bullets? Are they any good? Should we be taking these? Do they hit breakpoints? He's level as crawlers now, so I can't tell, but... Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Partyfoot with another Mechabellum Commentary. If you enjoyed, you know, please consider watching another one. Thank you very much, and see you next time.